off my notepad.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Are we good?
Yep.
Hey everyone, John Exley, aka X. I'm in Singapore interviewing Ben Crox about the Great Firewall in China and some of the ways that it might be demolished, I guess, we're going to talk about in this segment. And we'll do another segment about Google in a second here. So, Ben, I want to ask you right off the bat, the project you're working with, or you're kind of an evangelist for, promoter for, is called Project West Chamber. And Project West Chamber's kind of slogan is you don't want to climb over the Great Firewall of China, but rather take it down, demolish.
We add the load to it.
Okay.
It will boil far more money. So we need the technical people to think about how to add the burden for it.
So you need to find...
It will collapse sometime. It is some money thing. If you do not have the load, then you can just pay the payload. It doesn't work.
So are the people that are involved in Project West Chamber that are trying to enable Chinese citizens to have full access to the internet, are they...
I think so.
Yeah, are they working entirely for free and putting their own money into it? Just working for cash?
They are now making it open source.
It's
so
open
that
source.
we aim to let those Great Firewall people know it as well. But it makes them feel difficult because they will ask for more money. It's already makes sense for them because they work for them for life. Okay? But for the government, it would be more burdensome.
Burdensome if Project West Chamber grows.
Yeah.
Okay. And
this is how funny is this because the people who are building the Great Firewall are also technical people, maybe our friends. Okay?
So the people the government has working for them to build the firewall bigger could be fans.
It would be too big but it would fail.
It would fail.
Yeah.
Eventually the firewall is going to fail.
Yeah.
And so maybe Project West Chamber could speed it up.
That is one of the speed of it.
Okay. And would you say, in your involvement, is Project West Chamber, it is open source, but would they be seeking funding from...
I heard that they're not seeking funding, but they are just telling people that technically you can do something. So
technically you can make a difference for the web users.
So there are many geniuses who can...
Geniuses.
Yeah, in China, you know, the great population and the people willing to do something. They want to be someone. And then if they find a way, Project West Chamber just show an example. That is very simple, but it works at this moment. We don't know what happened 2 months later, but we think that 2 months later there will be another genius show up and make something more interesting.
Even more interesting happen.
Yeah.
So the geniuses are just like growing like crazy. Alright, so now I think we mentioned in previous segments a little bit about overall the majority of China's sentiment on the firewall being somewhat indifferent. And I've found that to be true of the students that I've met from China that have been here in Singapore. Basically aware of the firewall, but not really like bothered by it.
I would say that the Chinese government is a very smart one. They're excellent economic engineers. They really bring many benefits to the ordinary people, especially the recent premiers. They're good ones, but we just think that they are great actors as well because they know what happened. Too much people, too much bureaucrat corrupting. It doesn't help for one good premier, and his relative, his sons are also the one of the greatest corrupting source. How can he make it any better?
Okay, so would you say then that the majority of people being a little bit indifferent because of the government like that? Because I was curious because I saw a statistic. It was either in your presentation on Saturday or somewhere.
I make it on my presentation.
The
source is from Professor Li Huafang.
Oh, professor. Oh, okay. And what about the search Fan Qian, which is I saw that there was an. Oh, thank you to whoever turned the lights up. I saw there was a search for scaling the wall in Chinese. I don't know how to really pronounce it. Fantan. Okay. Fantian. Okay. That search was like increasing. Especially since Google left China.
Yeah.
So do you think that more people are like becoming interested in getting around the firewall now in China?
They need to do so. If they have a Google account.
If they have a Google, because they can't use it.
Yeah, they have to make a live with what they used to.
Okay.
And if they just have some business using tools outside China, they have to fight over the law as well. Mm-hmm. And if they want to do view study, not rely on the Wikipedia codes but heavily edited inside China, they have to fight over the law. If they just want to watch some funny video on YouTube,
they have to climb over the wall to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys are trying to bring the wall down so that it's no longer having to climb.
They just make life easier.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right. Kind of close out the segment, I guess. I know we're running a little short on time. Mm-hmm. I want to ask you. You said on Saturday that you've seen great firewalls kind of popping up in other places, and we have a question from the audience, maybe one more.
Okay.
But we'll ask this question first. So, where else have you seen great firewalls coming from? China? I thought you said Chile, Sweden.
This is reported that the Swedish company who are developing for the root DNS, they put some server in China, but the China government have the power to pollute it, to function it, to make there some face record and some formed mechanism working in behind. And then one day the Chile internet netizen will find that they are redirected to that root DNS because this is the basic mechanism of the internet. How everyone wants to query the DNS to resolving the domain name, and if accidentally you are redirected to China, you're scared. Mm-hmm. And actually, 2 days earlier, I have heard from the news that the Chinese government had tried to stop that server just for good PR. They know what happened.
Because the government looks, like that's something I think I'm understanding more too. The government needs to look and needs to maintain its power, right?
Yeah.
And so that's one reason that they try to get the publicity.
They want to make money as well.
Okay.
They just want to control the people.
Mm-hmm. That's really interesting. Do we have our question from the audience ready? 1 minute. All right, 1 minute. We'll make it quick. Question coming in from the audience in real time.
I'll try to be concise.
All right, let's see if I can read it. All right, on parallel to the technical development, is it equally important to induce a change of mentality among the users?
Of course, this is
as well as
critical,
the authority in the
because we are used to have free speech, and we need an open mind. It's so important. It is all sorts of I say innovation, and that's for life. You need to forgive some people, and you need to speak strictly so that people will know you're wrong or you're right and get inspired. So that if you do not change the mentality of the average Asian, how can that happen? And they will change some days because this is a global village, and it is the trend to have democracy, and then it is the trend to have open-minded. And it's all right to regret other people's error.
Okay, time's up.